Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Go.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is a podcast about board games, but also other things. It's probably the best podcast.
I think so.
About games, but not just about games. It's about a lot of things.
Best friends.
Is it about best friends?
Banter.
Banter. We do banter.
Talking.
Yes. Generally, we in our banter segment, which lasts approximately the entire podcast, but we try to keep it relegated to the first 10 minutes. We talk about up-and-coming things, and unfortunately, Gabi has taken a stance that has really stifled my banter. I was geared up to talk about the latest release of The Mandalorian. But as of the recording of this podcast, Gabi.
Some of us have friends that want to watch the show with us, and so I'm holding off.
Yes.
But by the time this comes out, I will have seen it.
What do you think your thoughts will be on it?
I think it's going to be great. Special effects are going to be good. Music's awesome.
What did you think about the sex scene?
I love the eroticism of it all.
No. It's rated PG.
Is it?
Yes.
Of course, it's Disney.
Well, I know. But
and it's Star Wars.
It's
Star Wars Disney.
Star Wars Disney. I was distraught to learn.
Does a bluebird come and land on the Mandalorian shoulder? Oh.
I was distraught.
How's he sound? What's his voice sound? Does he talk?
Yes, of course. This is a silent film.
Maybe
No, he does talk. But he just sounds like
He talks with his gun.
What? That was a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should write for people that are talented.
Check out our blog on our defunct website.
Please.
We route anyone to our. We just need to have like a big link that goes to Space Biff on our website.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, MySpace.
BoardGamesnobs.com.
Subscribe to us on Twitch. We're not on Twitch, but we need to get on Twitch.
Anytime we do post a podcast, it does go to our
website.
It goes to our website.
Yeah, but we don't go to the website. When was the last time that you went to the website?
I used probably 2 podcasts ago.
Okay, well that's not long. That's like 3 months.
Yeah. It's been a while since we podcasted.
So just, I was disturbed to find out that that Disney will not be releasing the Mandalorian till 2020 March in the UK.
Really?
Yes. So all of our British listeners.
So it's going to get pirated heavily.
Pretty much. Arr. See what you caused me to do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because there's some company called Sky or something like that. But basically,
yes,
that has the rights to television something in Britain, and Disney contracted blah 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 blah. Basically, they're not going to be able to have Disney Plus until 2020 of March.
Oh, that stinks.
And so that really that would disturb me greatly, because you're relegated to pirating things if you want to stay up on it. Because there's no way it's not going to be spoiled in 5 months.
No, you got to like stay off of all social media. I was just looking at Twitter, and I follow Slash Film.
You shouldn't Twitter.
And like they're all talking about it. They've all seen it, and I had to quickly turn away.
We're recording this on a Wednesday. I saw it yesterday, and I've been blowing up about it. And
just dying to talk about
the past 48 hours, just not trying to ruin it for you.
I'm sorry. I have to be like, I got a certain setup. I break out my big speakers when it's something I'm really looking forward to.
Karaoke speakers.
My karaoke speakers. They've got good sound. I got to get situated just right.
You have good sound.
I haven't had a chance. I've been working and other stuff.
But you're going to watch it with your family and / friends.
Yes.
So you have like an event.
Yeah, it's like a get together. We're going to watch this.
And they've all put this off several days.
Yes.
For the risk of spoiling it, but are going to get together. I'm assuming you're going to make nachos or something. You're going to have some sort of dish that people eat.
Celery.
I've never been invited to one of these. The last time that I've been to somebody's home to watch a show, I kid you not.
Survivor.
Exactly.
No, was that?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Wow.
So we
used to do that.
It was the best survivor that there was. It was the one with the pirate. The guy that was the pirate. He was literally the guy with the beard.
Oh, Rupert.
And the guy that was the jerk that won it. The guy that lied.
Yes, Johnny.
Lied.
No, wait. Did he win?
He was the guy. Well, didn't he?
I don't think he won.
Or he come close to. He was the guy that said his grandmother died, but she didn't die.
Johnny something.
Johnny something. I love that.
Yes, that was one of the best ones.
That was probably one of the best moves ever. Plus, you had the guy who was literally a pirate because he sold everybody's shoes.
Yeah.
So we went.
That was good.
I had a friend of a friend, and they invited everybody over. And so one night we'd come over, we'd eat, and we'd sit there and we'd talk about it for 20 minutes, and we'd watch the show, and then we'd hang out and we'd talk. Aww. That happened a couple times, and I realized
but you don't like people.
I don't like people. So it got on my nerves, and so I had to basically fake sick for the next 5 episodes.
You're like, I'm sick again.
I hated it. I hated it because I don't.
You gotta be kidding me.
Here's the thing. The worst thing is that I feel like doing commentary when I'm watching a show.
Right.
Which
I know. You've been briefly at the house when I'm watching something. You're like, oh, blah blah blah. He just starts talking. I'm like, I gotta be zoned in. I need quiet. It's almost like a movie theater. I like the movie theater setting.
When I am there, though, I'm nervous and I feel like you've got the closed captions on. Like
you're the one like, no, don't go up there.
Yes.
Don't do it.
You're gonna die. That's me, and I hate that about myself. And so
that's
why I watch stuff alone. And that's why I watched The Mandalorian at 5 a.m. as soon as it came on. And I've been super excited ever since. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I have spoken. That's it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I did watch my first episode of Darkwing Duck though.
Moral question. That's what I was getting to. Moral. This is going to gauge your morality.
Morals. That's a game about mushrooms.
Or
is that morels?
If you were in Britain,
I need more else.
Would you pirate The Mandalorian, or would you just wait till March?
I can honestly say, I personally have never pirated anything.
Okay.
Now, that is because I'm a huge scaredy cat, and I don't want the FBI knocking at my door. Here, knock at your door. And the only sites I have ever searched to look for, immediately a virus infests my computer and it starts shutting down. But one time, Charday, we watched something. She downloaded something. I'm sure it was perfectly legal, but she downloaded several episodes of The Flash, and our internet got cut off because they said what we were doing was not the way you're supposed to do it. So they cut our internet off. And she's like, the whole time she's like, oh no, yeah, we're good. And they're like, no, we're shutting your internet off. I was like, what? So we had to get it rehooked back up and everything. So it makes me extremely nervous.
I have a confession.
Since the days of Napster and LimeWire and all that stuff, I've never downloaded anything illegally.
It was the summer of '99.
I've had other people do it for me though.
And I had just learned about Britney Spears.
Dun, dun.
I decided
got my first real 6-string
to download some of her music. And I was introduced by a friend of mine.
Your first illegal download was Britney Spears?
Napster.
I can understand if it was.
I downloaded a Britney Spears song. And then I downloaded another one.
You couldn't stop.
I did it again. And soon I began thinking of other musicians that were famous at the time. Famous musicians such as the Crash Test Dummies, Creed, Bare Naked Ladies,
Christina Aguilera.
And before I'd known it, I had
the good old days of a TRL.
Yes, I had accrued a collection of illegally downloaded.
A crude collection or accrued?
Both.
I had accrued a crude collection.
Yes. And so it dawned on me one afternoon after hearing about how a family had been sued by some company.
I've heard of people going to jail.
Yes. That perhaps this was wrong, and my conscience got the best of me, and I went and deleted everything. So years passed. Fast forward several years. College, you do stupid things when you're in college. And again, another well-meaning friend of mine introduced me to something called LimeWire. And I was not savvy with computers at that time.
My brother-in-law was a Grokster person.
Yes. Well, I didn't do Grokster. I did LimeWire. And unfortunately, after he showed me how to use LimeWire, he didn't tell me that you have to be careful about what you download. And basically, what happened, looking for that one Metallica song that you heard one time, you can't think of the tune of it, and you get on LimeWire and you find it. And it doesn't make sense, but why does this MP3, why is it 356 megabytes? You don't know. Next thing you know, you have downloaded a virus that has literally stayed with you to this very day. And it just doesn't go away. And LimeWire it gave me the utmost virus.
It gave you a PC chlamydia.
I'm pretty sure it's still with me. It just jumps from laptop to laptop. And and so I thought about that.
I've got gonorrhea of the laptop.
Why is my hard drive functioning? So after a long time of thinking about that, would I download illegally The Mandalorian? And I would be tempted because I'd be irritated. Can't they? I don't know.
That would be irritating, but
at the end of the day, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I've been down that road of illegal downloads, and I'll never go down it again.
I'm glad you realized that.
Thank you. Just like counterfeit board games and plagiarism, we are against illegal downloading.
Exactly.
Give your money to Disney.
They need it.
Give it to the mouse. Speaking of mice, this is off topic before you get to your little thing, but I have
my little thing.
Well, you've got your phone up there, so I knew.
Of course, I'm ready for action.
All right, so I have
the world at my fingertips.
Let me tell you something about mice. Brought this to my attention. My wife goes out into our garage, goes out to our storage building, not our garage, and says, we have a mouse out there. I go out and examine it, the area for which we have things missing. It's not a mouse, okay? If it's missing...
a raccoon.
It's got to be something. Well, you can't get in. A raccoon can't get in there. I have in my shop a pack rat. It is an actual rat that steals things. So, in my infinite wisdom, I set 2 mice traps.
That's a real thing? A pack rat?
Yes, it is a large rat that takes things. I set a mouse trap, 2 of them. Put crunchy peanut butter, because I like crunchy, not smooth. Crunchy. Crunchy is the way to go. Set 2 of them. Guess what? Went out today. Not only were the traps not there, they were
Peanut butter
gone.
was gone.
He took them.
He took the trap itself.
2 of them. He stole 2 of my traps.
That's a Mission Impossible mouse.
How big of a rat is it that he goes, not only am I going to set this off, or not only do I not care about this, I'm going to take this with me. Yes, so I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to either A, buy a cat, or B, get a larger rat trap.
What about those little sticky ones?
No. Because if he's big enough that he can take a full-size trap, he's probably
got some shoes on anyway.
There might be 2 of them. Might be 2 or 3 of them.
They're working in teams.
But yeah, remember that old board game Mousetrap? That's what I was getting at.
No. Oh yeah.
Where you have the little thing.
The ball. It was like the Goldberg thing.
Yeah, you had to build it up and it clack.
Is that what they call that?
Mousetrap. Goldberg. Yeah. Wasn't it? No, that's the wrestler. Wasn't that Goldberg, the wrestler, the bald guy?
Yeah, but they call it like...
He was the generic Steve Cold Austin. Steve Cold. Stone Cold. Steve Cold Austin.
Steve Cold Austin.
He makes me think of the Stone Cold Creamery. Why he never did a commercial for that company that makes $5 ice cream cones. I'll never know why.
That was called something. Goldberg. First thing comes up is Bill Goldberg, the wrestler.
Yeah, duh.
But it's something to do with all those traps.
I don't know what it's called though. I think you're on the right track, but it might be a trap.
One.
It's a trap.
All right. Let's get down to business.
Okay, go ahead.
We're at BGG right now when this comes out.
Yes, but we're not physically at BGG right now. We're in your spare bedroom.
We're talking about the future.
But in the future, when this is released, the day of it, I think
people know how things work.
We will be at BGG.
If you hadn't have said that, they wouldn't know the difference.
I don't want to spoil it. I'm
not a liar.
I'm about
forthright and honest.
My pirating days are over. I'm letting the people know where I'm at. And right now, if you're listening to this, I'm at BGG, probably up in the room in my pajamas, playing a board game, drinking Macallan 12.
When this comes out, You'll be asleep because you couldn't handle it. Got so excited.
So we're going to talk about on this episode.
You've been playing Catan Starfarers all day long.
Does that not look interesting?
It does.
Okay.
That's why it's sold out and I can't get it.
Well, we're going to play it at BGG.
Okay.
Because I like Catan's okay.
Well, yeah.
But I like the variations that they've done on it. I would like to play Catan, the Game of Thrones one. But it kind of looked gimmicky.
Yeah. There was something about it I didn't like, and I can't remember what it was. It was the wall aspect.
But you don't remember, so you must not be the North. But the games that are going to be at BGG that are in the hotness room are the games that people have voted on. And if you go to BGG, there's this particular room where they have people that teach these games, and they're already set up. You just walk in, somebody teaches to them, and you play these games. Of course, some of the games that are going to be there include Tapestry, which it's hot. Maracaibo.
Is it though?
It is. People like Tapestry. Maracaibo, which is one that's on my list. Maracaibo,
which
is Alexander Pfister. So 1 to 4 player games. It's already got a bunch of ratings. It's pretty rated very highly. It's a economic exploration game, hand management, and point-to-point movement. Again, it's a colonial theme, which...
Alex, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you, man?
He's all about that.
But, okay. But ever since he got Mombasa going, Port Royal, he just loves... Oh, another one of his...
Why did you say Port Royal?
He did Port Royal.
Oh.
Another one of his games that I would...
did?
Yeah. He did Port Royal, Mombasa, Broom Service, for which he won the Spiel. Isle of Skye, which we don't like.
Is it Spiel or Spiel?
Spiel. Great Western Trail, which we're meh on. Blackout Hong Kong is one that I've been wanting to play from last year.
I want to play it, but it didn't get much love.
Another game that's on the hotness is from Mr. Vital Lacerda.
On Mars.
Now,
I almost backed it.
I almost did too, but almost hand grenades and horseshoes type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paladins of the West Kingdom, which, did we do a review on that yet?
No.
But we've played it.
Yes.
And so you'll have to be pending our review. That will probably be our next review, and I don't want to spoil anything, but you can
don't say nothing.
Hear the excitement in my voice. Marco Polo 2. Marco.
Ew. Polo.
2.
Dos.
I wonder how did they come up with that name?
Let's see.
Simone Luciani and Danielle Taschini.
So is it a sequel?
Yes.
Is it a revision?
They word it as
I'm confused.
An epic follow-up.
Oh, now I'm amazed.
You don't need the original game. The new journey will present unique challenges.
Well, what if you have the original game, which we do?
With new and different actions, scoring rules, and new good, rare and valuable Chinese jade.
Oh.
That's that greenish thing. Jade.
That's that movie with who played Horatio?
Horatio?
You remember Horatio?
The redheaded guy from Miami?
David Caruso.
David Caruso.
I think there was a movie called
of
Jade,
Robinson fame.
in which he was in.
Yeah!
Oh, don't do that.
What? You don't
sing the Who.
You don't like my yeah? Why is my voice breaking?
Because you're trying to not yell at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Was he? Yeah.
He was on. No.
Was that the original?
No.
Every one of those had a Who song, right?
Yeah, but CSI Miami was when he would have those dark sunglasses and he'd be like, "It looks like this guy lost his head, H," and he's like, "It looks like he should have.
He lost his mind."
And then they go, "Yeah!" And then they scream, and then it starts.
The CSI Miami was the one I watched.
I watched the original CSI back when it was intellectual, up until the time where they killed off that one actor who got caught with marijuana. I can't remember his name. The
young dude.
Yeah, he got busted for marijuana, and then it was controversial, so they killed his character.
He was like a lab tech or something.
And CSI taught us one valuable lesson: that you can show people doing anything as long as you play techno music to it, and then it seems cool.
It was cool.
It was.
Look at me typing quickly.
Black Angel,
and with consternation on my face at the results from the lab. Oh, This blood is type O negative. Yeah. Sitting there like bobbing your head, dancing to the blood test.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
I love this song.
Cooper Island. Getting a lot of love from, I believe this is Capstone Games published this as well?
Capstone is like
they're fired
killing
up
it this year.
Here's the deal. Cooper Island has a complexity rating on BGG of 4.2.
Jade, B, I was right. 1995. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was going down the word.
There you go.
David Caruso was in First Blood.
Rambo?
Yes.
Was he?
He was in First Blood, 1982.
I don't remember that.
I mean,
makes
according
sense
to
since he was a lab technician. Go ahead. Right now, one of our listeners that's a phlebotomist is just laughing hysterically right now. You're welcome.
That was a good
vampire.
I was going to say pull.
But yeah, Cooper.
When we go to BGG, I want us to wear hats since you got us press passes.
Yeah.
And I want me and you to have press on ours, and Enrique's to have pull.
Like the little goofy fedoras.
Like the Three Stooges. Yeah. press pull.
No, we didn't have one that says press, pull, and push.
Press, pull, push.
You think people would get it?
We just took them off of the faucets. That cracked me up. I went back and watched that one after that. It was like, press. And old Curly walks out, pull.
Okay, so my wife hates me because I ended up getting on Netflix and found out that they had a movie that just come out last year of Laurel and Hardy.
Yes, I wanted to see that.
I watched it. James Coogan, I believe, the British actor, is Laurel.
And David C. Riley.
Riley.
David? Right? Riley. Whatever his name is.
What's his name is? It'll come to me here in a second.
John C.
John C. Riley. So these two guys do an excellent job portraying Laurel and Hardy because I used to watch
So
Laurel
you did watch the movie?
Yes, I watched the movie. And I used to watch the old Laurel and Hardy because my dad was crazy and he had these black and white movies. And this was...
That, Abbott and Costello.
I never watched Abbott and Costello, but Three Stooges,
Rascals.
Laurel and Hardy. I didn't really like the Three Rascals as much.
Little Rascals?
I did...
Three Stooges? Which one are you going with?
That's
like all early Saturday morning stuff that would come on now.
I did like Spanky. But the Three Stooges, I liked their trip around the world, the 80 days. Yeah. That was awesome. But Laurel and Hardy, these guys, it wasn't a great show because it was basically not a lot of drama, but it was still it was interesting to see these two actors portray
It was like the end of their careers, right?
It was the end of their careers. And it was fun. It was a neat little show, but it wasn't a great film. No. But it was interesting to see them.
But they looked and acted a lot
like
them.
They nailed it.
At least from the...
They nailed it. But unfortunately, they're like 100 years they're like 100 years late. Like nobody today cares about Laurel and Hardy.
Most people probably don't even know who they are.
But it's basically us. Oh. It's basically us.
I have started a journal.
Skinny, awkward guy. Slightly larger guy. That's basically we are Laurel and Hardy. I got to think of we are the Laurel and Hardy, a board game podcast.
Oh, I had started a journal.
A diary. You 13-year-old
diary,
girl.
Whatever.
Dear diary, Jerry beat me today in Fields of Arle. Oh, review.
I had started a journal because page is 22.
Review
23.
pending.
Things that she's never heard of.
Oh, of your stepdaughter.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
God, more like a goddaughter, I guess you would say.
Tell me about Paige. What she doesn't know.
She had never heard of Nancy Drew.
Oh.
Scott Wolf.
Ooh.
That's a deep cut, but I said something about Party of Five, and she's like, "What?" I said, Party of Five. It's like, oh, it was
with the hair.
It was a big hit in the late 90s, early 2000s. She never heard of that.
More mid 90s, wasn't it? Go ahead.
Heroes.
Oh,
the TV show
with the cheerleader.
Yes. Save the cheerleader, save the world.
That was.
I know, but I'm just discussing the things she's never heard of.
Okay.
Like lots of TV shows, they only watched movies when she was growing up, apparently.
I work with a group of millennials that have not watched any Indiana Jones, any Star Trek, nor Star Wars.
How is that possible?
That is. I work with at least a handful of people that have never watched Indiana Jones.
Are you over them?
I might.
Are they your underlings?
Yeah,
Then fire them.
That's not how that works. Well, with this, Oklahoma is an at-will
right to work state.
This is a right to work state. So that should be like an interview question. So, what are your thoughts? What's your favorite Indiana Jones?
Who?
What is your favorite Indiana Jones?
Last Crusade.
You answered correctly.
Yes.
Although Temple of Doom is
that's the least of. No, well, I don't even
besides
count
the new ones, I
4.
don't count the new ones. But yeah, that was the one that was kind of
plural.
But
With
Raiders
only
of the
one.
Lost Ark was amazing.
Oh yeah. When he punched that guy into the propeller, that like scarred me for a long time. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really that much blood.
No, but when you're back in that day, it was depicted
There was
in such a way.
several bottles of ketchup.
I like the fact that this guy just was shirtless.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like, we need to have somebody who's big and bulky come out and fight Indiana Jones.
We need a modern day type Indiana Jones guy, and they're just not, because we'll discuss like the Fast and Furious
Your
guys and all that.
stupid Marvel shows keep gobbling them up. Nobody can make any films because they're
We need
contracted.
the everyman that gets like beat up, but yet he still prevails. I can't even think of anybody like that.
Ryan Gosling's pretty good at that.
What has he been in?
First off, he was on the Blade Runner reboot. He's been in several indies, just shows that weren't that popular, where he's basically that person. But he plays a very stoic character.
Yeah, he's kind of. I watched that comedy he was in.
I'll tell you right now, I'll watch anything Jake Gyllenhaal's in.
Is it Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal?
Whatever. I'll watch it. That guy's excellent.
He was pretty good in Spider-Man.
I have not watched Spider-Man, but I am actually Netflixing that just to let the kids watch
good.
Spider-Man, but 2, because Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. If I had to pick one from the Marvel universe, he's the only one I've really ever
OG.
watched. Huh?
He's OG.
Yeah.
Paige had never heard of Dawson's Creek. Dawson's Creek. I mean, come on.
Dawson's Creek.
You got Katie Holmes. You got Vanderbeek.
I love
You got Josh, whatever his name was. Joshua Jackson.
Vanderbeek was this guy that he looked like he wasn't human. His face. He just
flawless.
Yes.
We got off track.
Yeah.
Oh, other games.
The Taverns of Tiffenthal, from the makers of a game for which we were intending to play, the Quacks of Quedlinburg.
I lost interest in that.
I
when
lost
heard it
interest
was
too.
Bag building.
But Taverns of Tiffenthal, let me read this to you. It's basically a deck, bag, and pool builder / dice. It looks interesting. It's been on my list. It's one that I am very fascinated into seeing if it works out. So there's one for me. The one that I am laser focused in on that happens to have made the hotness list. Barrage. Now, Barrage is the game that
is it dice? Is it dice placement?
I don't. Barrage is the one by
It's by our guys.
Simon Luciani.
Cranio.
It is not a dice placement. It's contracts, income, network, and route buildings, action drafting. There's a lot to it.
Action drafting.
Whoa! Not
Playing
just
some digital music. some what do they call that? Techno
music.
Action. As I draw this card off the top. Yeah.
We should do that. We should start a Twitch channel where we just do very
to music.
mundane
We're just board
games,
gaming.
and we play techno music while we're doing it.
Time for me to deck build. Let me draw this card.
I rolled double sixes. Yeah. Barrage had a lot of problems with their when it's kickstarted with its components, and a lot of people didn't like it.
What about Glenmore 2?
I don't know Glenmore 1.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
But I want to. Part of me wants to play Glenmore 2.
It's called Chronicles, though.
It must be good, because anything that's got Chronicles is
Of
good.
Riddick.
Of Narnia is good, right?
Yes, I love Riddick.
Or no, here's one that you have to buy blindly because you have everything else.
What do you want me to do?
Orleans.
Where is it? I'm on it.
You said you have everything that's Orleans.
Clickety clack, clickety clack. I'm looking at it right now.
Orleans stories.
Done. I'm in. Is it a story? What is it? Is it RPG?
Orleans.
Are you a monk?
Is based on the bag
Selling your
building
hay?
mechanism. It's the storytelling experience in which
What is it like? Is it a legacy?
It doesn't say it's legacy, no.
Oh.
But it is
What is
one.
it? I'm confused.
Well, listen. 2 stories. The First Kingdom and the King's Favor. The First Kingdom is an epic story that spans 8 so-called eras. Sometimes nights settle down.
Why did you say eras again?
Because it sounded like I said error. I thought I said 8 errors.
Error.
Which your first error was buying Orleans in the first place. The King's Favor is shorter and simpler.
What? Schnorter?
Yes, this is what it's called.
Rob Schnorter?
Yes, let's listen to the way they phrase this at the BGG description. The King's Favor is shorter, simpler, and more suitable as an introduction to the game. Too many S's there. Over 5 errors. Certain
No, stop!
Certain tasks have to be
Errors.
fulfilled by the end of
Error
each error.
Flynn.
Look at by the end of each error, those who fail to do so will drop out.
You saying error?
Yes, you hate it.
Okay, moving on.
What if I don't?
What about
We all make errors.
Stop. We need to move on.
Tell me another one.
Cooper Island?
So the ones that I'm most excited about:
Paloma?
Marco Polo 2, Barrage,
Marco Polo also.
On Mars, which I'll play just because I want to hate on VTOL.
Well, we need to see. He's had one good one with us.
I'm looking for another.
You know why I didn't buy it?
Why?
Like the tiles looked very. It didn't look Marsy. They just were like X's or something. Something about the layout, the
tiles,
board
the
or
tiles
something.
didn't look Marish enough to you.
No,
Is that what you just said?
yeah, like it wasn't like Mars. They were just like white with lines on them or something.
Sorry, that just
Give me some like deep red tiles with
it's
rocks
the red
on them.
planet. It's not the Toad planet.
Azul Summer Pavilion.
No,
Stop,
I
Azul.
will not
Stop.
Well, you need to buy the big Azul, the big honking
No,
tiles.
I don't like regular Azul.
But what if you?
Oh, I don't want the one with like coaster-sized
Let me just
tiles.
do what you always do to me.
I know if I could put a beer on each one of those as you drink it.
Have you played it? Have you played the?
I've played regular Azul,
But you
Why do I
haven't
wanna
played the big Azul. How do you know? That's what you.
You know what? You know what? That's a reasonable thing to say. I don't know. See how that works?
Just as an inside bit of information, anytime I read a rule book and tell Gabi, I don't think I'll like this game. I don't think we should buy it because I tend to read rule books that are posted online before I purchase a game. Gabi hits me with the same counterpoint every time. Well, you don't know.
Counterpoint.
You haven't played it. How would you know?
Well, rule books for me don't work because like I thought paladins look good.
Don't spoil anything
My bad, sorry.
after you've shamed me.
We gotta do a review on that one.
Shim.
A full review, a deep review. Hey, but I did buy like all the RPG stuff for Raiders of the North Sea.
Right, which we'll never play because you then followed up.
No, stop. I got the Star Trek Adventures RPG stuff.
And you also purchased the riveting RPG entitled Teens in Space. So it's basically Dawson's Creek in space.
That's why I bought it.
Vanderbeek.
Let's go, Joey.
That's going to be terrible.
You don't know. Have you read it?
Partially.
And?
Well, don't know if it's good because I haven't played
Exactly. Thank you for proving my point.
See how that works?
Crystal Palace?
Nope. I don't look down in my ivory tower at anybody.
What about Ceylon or Kalon or Cylon? Ceylon?
K-Pax?
Starring Kevin Spacey. Yeah. He who shall not be mentioned.
And
he's out.
Oh,
he's been canceled.
Oh, Kevin. Why? How far have you fallen? What's in the box?
Kevin, my brother-in-law
your career
looks just like Kevin Spacey.
Your brother-in-law looks like Kevin Spacey?
My brother-in-law looks just
Which
like
one?
Gina's brother Lance.
Lance looks like Kevin Spacey?
He's got a receding hairline. He's got the dark hair. If I showed you a picture, you would be like, "Oh, actually, I can show you a picture."
Well, show me a picture, and I'll be like, "Oh."
You'd be like, "Oh."
Show me a picture of Lance.
OMG.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me pull up Instagram. The source of all information.
Favorite Kevin Spacey movie?
I'm not a big Kevin Spacey guy. I mean, you'd have to name off some.
No, well, there's L.A. Confidential, which was probably...
Oh, that's a good one. First round of the bucket.
I'm not a big fan.
But I like that one because of
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
And my man...
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, thank you.
Did you watch his space, prison movie?
What space prison movie? Oh, the one where the breakout thing?
Yes.
No.
It's not bad. It's a good B movie.
I couldn't
It's a good B movie. Now, it has an actress that is terrible. What is her name? She's like in a bunch of bad stuff. She's kind of well known for being a bad actress. That's kind of mean to say, I guess, but
that's difficult.
Oh, let me find my brother-in-law. Hold on, and I want to see your reaction.
While you're looking that up, I'll say to all of our listeners, if you're going to be at BGG, which we're at BGG right now, so you shouldn't be listening to this. You should rather be trying to find us
bald now.
At BGG, because if you see us, we'll say hi to you, but only if we know you. So you'll have to recognize us. So look for basically Laurel and Hardy.
You have to follow our Instagram.
Or
just
look for Enrique. He'll be the guy with no sleeves and the fedora. Oh no, your brother-in-law Lance, he looks like a he does.
He does.
He looks like a he does have that whole
younger Kevin
Spacey, but he also has a what is that?
I've been called a younger
a younger what? I'm just waiting for this. You know,
younger Stan Laurel.
No.
Which one was the fat one?
Hardy.
Oliver Hardy.
Oliver Hardy.
Oliver Hardy. I've been called a young Oliver Hardy.
Boy, Lance looks rough, man.
Oh.
That's rough for him, especially. Well, I mean.
But, oh, well. Life goes on.
Life goes on. That's especially hard for people who look like celebrities.
Especially celebrities that have been,
outed
as bad people.
Yeah.
So anything else at BGG you look forward to besides Fellowship?
The poker gaming, which you won't be attending.
Thank you.
You won't be attending.
Stop signing me up for
I'm
the
not
poker
going to sign you up.
That you play 3 hands of, and you're like, oh, I'm bored, and then you're all in, then you're out, and I'm like, why did you sign me up for this? And I'm on a different table with a bunch of strangers. Okay, now this is the thing with board gaming conventions that goes against really kind of the point of some conventions people. Okay. I'm not outgoing.
What?
Between me and you, with me and you, not between me. Shh, nobody's listening. Just between me and you.
Joke me there. Go ahead.
I'm not outgoing. I'm not.
You're not a people person.
I'm not. No.
You're kind of you're kind of introverted.
I'm introverted. When I get around a bunch of strangers I don't know,
stranger danger.
I clam up.
You do.
I don't talk.
And you are not fun.
I'm not. I don't say anything.
You're not fun at all.
I'm not on a log. You won't know me from Adam. Why is everybody getting compared to Adam?
Because nobody really knows him. Yeah. He was the first one, but nobody knows
Adam.
Him.
What's he look like? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Kevin Spacey.
So we go to these poker games and I get assigned to all these strangers. I don't know you. I don't talk. Now, this is my thing. If you talk to me first and I realize, oh, you're a nice guy, or somebody cracks a joke, then I'm good. But if it's a bunch of people, they're not really talking and they're all like me, I'm not going to talk to you. Okay. I'll be courteous. I'm courteous. I'll say, hello, nice to meet you. But I was at one table where this guy was like poker master, telling everybody what to do.
That's how he introduced himself. The 3-time poker master.
And everybody was, I don't know. It was not fun.
Guy.
It was not fun. He was that guy, and it was not fun for me. If I'm with you, I'm comfortable. You're my security blanket.
Yes.
But when we get separated, I'm all by myself. and I'm scared.
Because basically when we're together, I'm the one provoking people and you're the one trying to calm me down, making apologies. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. So let me give some context. At BGG, there is a poker game that just everybody has a set amount of chips. You go in, it's all for fun. If you win,
all for one.
Yeah. If you win, there's some games that they give away, but it's basically just for fun. And mainly about 200 to 300 people play at the old BGG. I don't know how many will be this year. Here's why I do it.
It's the new place.
Yeah, it's the bigger place. So here's why I do it every year.
Bubba likes poker.
But here's my reason.
Okay.
And so this may be, I don't remember learning poker. I was told by my father that my grandfather, who I also don't remember, taught me how to play poker when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
I have a grandfather.
Like on
either side.
The last thing with my dad growing up, I remember always playing poker. Like he had this rock fireplace that he would sit at every morning. He'd get up really early because the man thought you had to be up before the sunrise. He would sit at the fireplace and
that sounds nice.
When I would wake up,
fuzzy memories.
When I would wake up, we'd always go over there. He would be playing solitaire. He'd stop playing solitaire.
Wait, are you talking about your father or your grandfather?
My father. So he would play poker.
He was playing solitary,
yes.
And you would go over there and bother him.
Yes. And he would put up solitary.
The name of the game is solitary, Jerry.
Yes. So I would get up early, harass him. He'd put it in, and we'd play poker.
Were you as a child as you are now?
No, I didn't speak till I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
So we would play poker. And so my earliest memories is playing poker.
Huh.
And my dad always first off said that you play poker to get to learn people. Like you get to be able to sit at a table.
Studying my what do they call those tails?
Well, not just that, but there's something about the game of poker that's very relaxing. At the same time, it can be a very intimidating game, but people talk. It's kind of like being in the barbershop. Like you feel obligated to talk to the barber when you're in that chair. When you're playing poker and someone's talking to you and it's a friendly game, people start talking. And so every poker tournament I've been at BGG, I have sat next to somebody. I have lost pretty much within the first hour or quicker.
Our first poker game was the best one. We sat next to the TV guy.
Yeah, the guy off Mad Men.
The guy off Mad Men.
Whose name I can't remember. Who has his own podcast about board gaming.
He hasn't put nothing out in a
Go ahead and look him up. But yeah, there was a celebrity there at BGG, and he happened to be at our table. He happened to sit next to us, and he was in a hurry to get away. But anyways, it was interesting. What I like to do during a poker game is sit next to somebody and just talk. And last year, I sat next to a guy. We were playing. He had bought a game before he had walked in there from a vendor. I said, hey, I saw that game. I can't even remember the game. It's from some Kickstarter. And I said, hey, I saw that. It looks pretty neat. He said, yeah, I bought this for my kid. It looks like something me and my kid would like to play. And I said, oh, you have kids? He's like, oh, yeah. My wife's divorced, but I get custody on the weekends. And so my kid and I would get together on the weekends. We play board games. And we stopped.
Rich
Summerer was the celebrity. We stopped worrying about the poker game. We both lost, but we spent the entirety of the poker game just talking about the difficulties of raising children and how he has to.
When was this?
At the last poker game I was at. And
was I there?
Yeah, but you were at a different table.
Oh, yeah, all alone.
Yeah, and so I talked to this guy. And he talked about his experiences with raising kids and the difficulty that he was going through.
With raising kids.
Raising kids.
Kids that were once grapes but shriveled up into raisins.
That, like all children do. It's called 13.
These are my raisin kids.
Yes, these are raisin kids. Don't you remember the Raisin Men, the raisins that sung? I used to collect those. You could go to, like, was it Hardee's, was it? Or McDonald's that had the little toys of the Raisin Men.
Grapes of Wrath turned into raisin kids.
What can we do about these grapes of wrath? We'll just wait long enough and they'll be singing raisins.
They'll be okay.
But yeah, you play poker with somebody and you learn about them. And I've always liked doing that. So that's my first inclination is I like going to the poker tournament just to be around people and see what they do. My second reason is I taught Enrique how to play poker.
Yes.
Enrique is good at poker.
Your son, Enrique, where's he been?
He
hasn't been on several podcasts. You know what? I never thought I'd say these words. I miss Enrique.
I do too. I'm not going to admit that to anybody. Thankfully,
It's just between me.
thankfully, he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Oh, he doesn't know.
I'm pretty sure I asked him once, and he has not heard one
know what a podcast
episode.
is?
He has not listened to one episode of this podcast for which he is on.
All I know is they have me come over and I talk into a microphone.
Oh, he may, for all he knows, we just we don't do anything with it. But
That's for my own personal.
But Enrique takes pride in playing poker, and now he goes
He's good.
and he's good, and he likes it, and it's exciting, and I just enjoy watching him go. I taught him this game.
Watch him go.
Watch him go. It's like watching the
wind up bunny, Duracell bunny,
and he goes and he does his thing. He sits over there with no sleeves.
He's good. He always lasts longer than we do.
He goes to several tables further, and it's a common game.
Well, my problem with poker also is I just don't like poker. I'm interested in poker. I enjoy it for literally like the first 3 hands, and then I'm like, okay, I'm over it. It's very repetitive.
So with traditional board games, like how come me and you don't play chess? I love chess. But it's not something that I find.
Well, it's we started this discussion on a previous podcast, and we never finished it, as we do most things. Just as there was as I'm doing right now.
Go ahead.
You said 2 things, something about sad fishing, and you started off on sad fishing, and then we got sidetracked, and you never went back to those 2 things when we were discussing a game.
Oh, sad fishing. Oh.
And you literally told me the other day to remind you about this.
Thank you. But
what were we talking about before I got distracted about us getting distracted?
Okay, here's what we got distracted about.
No, wait. No, before you do sad fishing, what were we just talking about?
Chess.
Okay, go.
How come we don't play chess?
Okay, go. I know why, but go. I know why I don't. Go back with whatever you're doing.
Sad fishing?
Yes.
Okay. So
our attention spans are very short.
About as short as a fish. So I got on Twitter and was devastated to see that people are crazy on Twitter, yet still I keep thinking it's going to get better. And I saw a trend about people just posting stuff for attention. And I said something to you about it, and you referred to it as sad fishing. And
I had just read an article about sad fishing.
Now, I'm the guy with the words and the terms. That's my job. And so I was very humbled to go, what's this sad fishing thing? Did you just make this up? No. So I got on to learn a little bit more. Basically, that's where people post this whole, my day is terrible. I'm feeling this way. Please give me likes and praise online.
Right.
And that's what I saw a lot about on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatnot. Here's why I don't like that. And here's I can't even.
But what if people used that as a support system?
That's exactly what I'm getting at. That is not a support system.
Okay.
Here's why. So when you're having a bad day and you're driving your truck and you're on your CB and you call me.
Right.
And say, I hate my job, Jerry, or this is that, and I ran over a possum on I-90.
A close personal friend.
Yes, I had a flat, and you tell me about what's going on, and I go, oh, that's terrible, and you need to watch The Mandalorian, it's great. And we talk about stuff, and that is support. That is the support. And then at some point in time, you get off work, I show up at your house with a good bottle of gin, Prairie Gin.
If you say so.
Prairie Gin. That's good gin. That's good cheap gin.
For a person that doesn't know gin, sure.
All right. For a $30 bottle, $30 for a handle, Prairie Gin is really good. I like it a lot.
Okay, let's not get distracted.
Okay. So that's the type
of a gin wormhole.
That's the type of support I offer. Right. You have a bad day, I show up at your house with gin. What's better than that? Whereas on Twitter,
people might say that's not healthy.
It is healthy. Be encouraging your substance abuse is healthy. But people putting stuff on Twitter and having these people you don't really know just go, oh, it's going to be all right. That's not support. That's attention. There is a difference between attention.
People love attention.
And support.
Not us. That's why we're doing a podcast.
Well, no, we would do this podcast.
Please send us emails at boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. Please rate and review us at iTunes.
But we're not. But my point is,
join our guild at Board Game Geek. But we don't like attention.
No.
If you see us at Board Game Geek, come say hi.
Hug us. We need to feel your warmth. No. Don't touch me in any way, shape, or form. I can't handle
That's
human
pretty
contact.
good, yes. I kind of think hugging is out these days anyway.
You can do the hand hover where you just kind of
Yeah, the Keanu Reeves. Yeah, very good.
That's my spirit animal.
How about an Air 5? We don't even high five anymore. Don't touch me. We're just gonna Air 5 you.
I want to know who come up with high fiving because we did something good. Let's touch palms.
Let's slap hands. Slapping hands.
Slap hands. I think that sad fishing doesn't fix the problem. You have to have support. Yes. And so, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Oh, I don't have any thoughts.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
I mean, I agree with you. Everything you said is correct.
Thank you. I appreciate your undying support.
Let's go back to chess.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason I don't like chess,
I'm always playing 3D chess, baby. Everywhere.
I don't mind chess.
My mind's like chess, ain't checkers.
But this is another topic we went back to, or we barely touched on and never went back to, is I like games that progress and change.
Knight to Queen Bishop 3.
In chess, I mean, you have the same pieces that do the same moves constantly. Whereas I like games like Brass. I had a whole list of games that change throughout time or they alter as they go. But chess doesn't provide that for me. Like, I like chess. It's just an abstract game with moves. I mean, it's just like, to me, it's like, what's that game that's in the Dice Tower Essentials? 2-player.
Are you talking about
Onitama? Onitama, Hive.
Okay. So,
any of these games that are abstract with this piece does this certain move. I know chess has like been around for thousands and thousands of years and it's super strategic.
Yes.
But I'm just not that into it.
Well, first off, I want to counter your point. First, and I had to look this up. This is not from the depths of my mind, but as you're talking about the variability of chess, after the first move, there's 400 possible board setups. After the second pair of turns, there's 197,000, and after the third, there's 121 million possible moves.
I know. So, I've done them all.
Nobody's done them all.
You don't know.
I'm just saying is that chess is a game. It's more of an art form. That it is something.
What about checkers?
Checkers is similar. There's the principle behind checkers and chess is similar. But, of course, chess, there's more variations. It's just like Go. Go has more variations than chess. That's why when they were making that Deep Blue, the computer that could play people at chess and could beat people at chess, it was a thing to where they didn't think it would be years until they could make a computer that could beat a human at Go because there's so many more variabilities, more moves. And then they eventually did. So the more moves, the harder it is for the computer to kind of go, oh, what I need to do. Mm-hmm. So there is variability in chess. There are moves. It's different. I think that really what it is, if someone were to take chess and just drill it down and make it thematic, because it lacks theme. There's no theme. It's very abstract. That I think
there's castles and queens and kings.
Yeah, but they're not doing it. You're not moving a castle around.
You're fighting. You're battling.
But
isn't that supposed to be what it is?
No, it's just I
think that's what it is.
It's just representation of. That's the most common representation of it. It's just you're moving these parts around. And so with chess, I think the reason why you don't like it is that it lacks things.
You don't know why I don't like it.
You just said you didn't like it.
Oh. But you don't know why.
You just said why.
Oh.
I'm literally responding. I'm literally responding to what you just said.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
Okay, so what?
I'm just saying is that I think...
Anything? Give me a Star Trek chessboard, I'll play it.
I guarantee you would.
Guarantee.
If chess had been revamped, not called chess, it was
Dan Blanchett T.
It would be something that you would play, and I think most people would play.
I have a chess set.
But are you any good at chess?
No.
See, that's the thing. Chess is only good if you're playing against somebody who else is on your level or better.
I mean, I know the moves. Like, I know the what each deal does, but I don't have any sort of strategy towards it.
I'll see. That's where it's. But anyways, I haven't played chess in a long time. I taught Enrique chess. I taught Enrique poker, chess, and that's life. Pretty much life. That's what I'm trying to impart to him. Everybody should know how to play poker. Everybody should know how to play chess. Well, if you're at BGG,
Don't touch us.
Don't touch us. But
avert your eyes.
Say hello if you happen to see a Laurel and Hardy.
Nobody's going to say hello to us.
Being followed by a sleeveless fedora wearing
Sleeveless in Seattle
individual.
Press pull.
Stop by and say hello.
If somebody that listens to this podcast says hello, I'll be shocked. Most of our listeners are in England, Australia,
which we feel for
the
you,
northern part
England,
of the United States.
And so we will try to keep the spoilers to the Mandalorian down until March 2020 because we love you. We thank you. All right, friends, family, relatives. If you see us at BGG, say something. If you see something, say something. We'll see you there. Maybe, maybe not.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.